All right, Shalom. I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the hopeful elect. I just want to do a quick video. I was watching this video um, by Utter Ariala, and he was doing a video on basically there's this Jake who he stopped a shooting at a Waffle House. And but basically, the Spirit of the Lord was put on him, and it gave him the courage to run up and get the gunner as he was reloading. And he had he put his hand over the muzzle of the gun, and he got a serious burnt and injuries. But basically, the Lord gave him that courage to stop the shooting. For whatever reason, the Lord wanted it to stop. It was the Lord's will. But this just made me think about the spiritual powers we're going to receive, because we can be in similar situations like that, and you always got to have faith that the Lord will deliver you out of it. That the Lord will protect you, or if it's your time to go, then you're going to die being a part of the elect. But it just made me think that in those situations, that the Lord can give us the spiritual powers that we need to escape the situation. Because when all hell breaks loose, there's going to be tons of situations that we're going to be in, and where the Lord can give us spiritual power. So I wanted to go into a few precepts, dealing with spiritual power. One second. All right. First, I just want to started off. I want to get John. I want to get John 14:12, and it states, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father." So we just read that as long as you have faith on your house shy, okay, it says the works that I do, he shall also do. But we're going to do greater works than what Yahweh Shai did. And what were some of the works Yahweh Shai did? Well, let me get them. We know a lot. We turned water into wine. He fed the multitudes. You know, spiritually, he just created food out of nowhere. But what I want to get, you know, because there's tons of the works of Yahweh Shai, what he did. But it says we're going to be able to do greater works in him. Let me get this. It's Matthew 8, and it's Matthew 8 and 23, verse 23. And when he was entered into a ship, his disciples followed him. So we're talking about Yahweh Shai and the disciples. And behold, there arose a great tempest in the sea. Now let's go into that word really fast. It is
Strong's G 4578 seismos.
Seismos. So a shaking, a commotion. So basically like a huge wave or something, You picture with your imagination a big wave or a big shaking in the sea. So it said, there arose a great tempest in the sea, insomuch that the ship was covered with the waves. Water got on a boat, but he was asleep. So, so so Yahweh Shai was sleeping through all that, all that commotion going on. And it says, and his disciples came to him and awoke him, saying, Lord, save us, we perish. And he saith unto them, why are ye fearful, O ye of little faith? All right. So why are you scared? You're on the ship with me. Do you not have faith? That Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua will deliver you, and that's how we're gonna have to be in the times of Jacob trouble. We can't be like how the disciples here right now. This was a lesson. This is something that we should grow upon. Because when our hell breaks loose, all of a sudden a building collapse out of nowhere. We can't go around, bugging out. We got to have strong faith. And then it says, then he arose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. So Yahushua just basically commanded the waters and they calmed down. If you picture that with the imagination that the Lord gave us, that's crazy. Basically a whole bunch of waves and everything going off in the sea, and the Yahushua just boom, he rebuked them, and then they all calmed down, and then they stopped, uh, you know, riling up. And what does that show you? That's spiritual power. That's control over nature. But the scriptures say we're going to be able to do greater works than what Yahushua did. So Yahushua just controlled nature. How much more greater works are we going to be able to do? You got to understand that. And it should boost your faith, because then you know that you can't lose. When you got the true power of the Lord backing you up, man. This is why we gotta pray for fewer days. Because when all hell breaks loose, it's going to be a lot going on. I wanted to get another. Sorry, my phone's acting stupid. Just see. I'm going to get another scripture. Matthew 17. This is Matthew 17 and verse 14. And when they were come to the multitude, there came to him a certain man, kneeling down to him and saying, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is lunatic and sore vexed. For oftentimes he falleth into the fire and off into the water. So basically, let me go to that word lunatic. Because I'm pretty sure basically it just means he's bugged. It's crazy. The word lunatic. I'm gonna look it up real quick on Google. It's the right chapter, right? So 1 second, so we can get a better understanding. Lunatic, I'm reading on Google. It says is an informal term referring to a person who was considered as mentally ill, dangerous, foolish, or unpredictable. Conditions once attributed to lunacy. So basically, he's crazy. The Lord put different spirits on him, and he's bugging out. Basically, he's going Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs, and it says in verse 16, and I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him. So he brought him to the disciples, and he had no luck. Now you bring him to Yahushua, and it says, then Yahushua answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, are you seeing a trend among what I'm reading? Everyone who is doubting, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Yahushua is calling them, oh, faithless. What does that tell you? That no matter what situation we're going to be in, we're going to be able to overcome through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Because you should remember this verse. When you're in all hell, and you start, maybe you just start to bug out, act crazy for a little bit, you should remember this verse. Remember Yahushua talking to these people and calling them, oh, faithless and perverse generation. How long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. So he said, bring him here. And Yahushua rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him. And the child was cured from that very hour. Right? So Yahushua just used the spiritual power, and he got those spirits off of those men that were having them bugging out. I'm going to read some more. It says, then Yahushua, then came the disciples to Yahushua apart and said, why could not we cast him out? And Yahushua said unto them, because of your unbelief, so because of your lack of faith. For verily, slacking 1 second. For verily I say unto you, if you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place. And you got to believe that. If you have the faith of a mustard seed, okay, it's like the smallest seed. If you believe there's just that little bit, you will have the power. And this is real, okay? To remove a mountain, command a mountain where to grow. That goes beyond just controlling nature. That's just straight raw power. All right. And it says, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. You know, so basically